Hello you guys. Hi. Welcome to another video of me sitting down in my pajamas just talking. I hope my mic is working. I clipped it to my pajama top, but I was thinking of making this like a little series thing where once a week I come talk to y'all on my bed in my pajamas about whatever the heck is on my mind. I want to call it like pajama talks or something like that. I don't know. If y'all have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments, because I want to make this a thing, because my last one I did got a good amount of comments of people relating to what I was saying, and I was like, oh my god, guys, we're all in this together. Come on, Zac Efron, come on, High School Musical, we're all in this. But I like it when I talk about things and then people can relate to what I'm talking about or can give their own insight and stuff like that. So I want to make this a series. I hope you guys will like them. And yeah, and let me know any names you can think of that would be a good name for this. All I have is pajama talks or whatever, because I want to always just be in my pajamas on my bed doing these videos. So yeah, obviously a different bed from the last video because I'm at my apartment, but don't worry, because we will be seeing that bed again soon. Yes. Today I have a certain topic, technically two, but they kind of bleed into each other. First, originally, this also ties into my last sit down video where I was talking about wanting to be off my phone and all that kind of stuff. And I saw a TikTok video of this creator. She was talking about fashion and finding fashion inspiration outside of Pinterest, and she mentioned using physical media, whether that's magazines or other stuff. I can't think of anything right now, but just using physical media and bringing back physical media, right? And I commented on that video, I was like, yes, we need to bring back physical media, because for me, I want to go back to having things, owning things, physical things, because in this age of subscriptions and everything, you really don't own anything. I use Spotify for my music. Is Spotify that one time when Spotify and I don't know what the name of it was, UMG or whatever, that one company, they had their issues, so half the songs on my playlist I could not listen to because it was off of Spotify. Yeah, so imagine if Spotify went down today. I would have no music, because all the music I own is online and I subscribe to it every month, right? Same thing with I know a lot of games. I don't play video games that often, but I know a lot of games online and stuff is they're using subscriptions now for you to have the game, but it's we're getting to a point where we don't own anything. Or even editing software, right? Most editing softwares you pay monthly. If that goes down, you don't do you get what I'm saying? We're in this new age of just not owning things and just paying to have them by a monthly basis or yearly, however you do it. And so I really wanted to have physical things, CDs, albums, DVDs, magazines, books, things like that. I'm a big physical book reader. I'm not a big e-reader, though I will sometimes, especially when the book is really thick. But I have something about having the book in your hand, turning the page, bookmarking, underlining, annotating in the actual book. It's just so, it just speaks to my soul, truly. So I love to read physical books, but I know a lot of people are e-readers, and things like Kindle and Kobo, I think is another one. These are good to have, but especially with Kindle, you buy the Kindle, and then you also have to buy Kindle Unlimited. You also have to buy Kindle Unlimited. So it's I'm subscribing to read the books that I'm paying for, but if that goes away tomorrow, I won't have the books with me. Do you get what I'm saying? That is just this whole thing. And so I've already been kind of a physical media person. Like I said, I have a lot of books. I do have a lot of albums, mainly K-pop, because I am a K-pop fan. Okay, so I haven't bought any albums in a year or so, but I do have a lot of albums. So like I have physical music to listen to, which I think is great. But I do want to like go back and I want to go back to like buying magazines, and like I don't know, like I feel like you don't really see people with magazines anymore. I kind of want to go back to that era of having magazines, getting inspiration from a magazine rather than just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on Pinterest, you know? So yeah, so I've been having this whole conversation in my head about owning physical things, and that also bleeds into this other conversation I've been having in my head, which also came from a TikTok. But basically, and if I can find the TikTok, I'm gonna put it in the video. But basically, I saw a TikTok of this girl. She was basically like I guess like revamping her room or whatever, and she had bought those like really like tall big sunglass organizer display thingies that you usually see in stores. She got one from like Facebook Marketplace or something, painted it pink. It was really cute, by the way. Painted it pink, and she put it in her room and displayed all her sunglasses. And in the video she said like something along the lines of I have been collecting sunglasses for 10 years. And when I heard that, I was like, oh wow, that's cool as heck. Like I love people who like to collect things that really speak to them. So when I heard that, I was like, oh wow, okay, 10 years. Okay, T, like props to you, baby. But I opened the comments as it is on TikTok. And I was seeing comments like overconsumption boss, oh, this is so wasteful, da 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 da. And I was so confused because I was like, do we know what overconsumption is? Do we know what overconsumption really means? I don't think we do. I don't think we know what that means, because that's not overconsumption. That's collecting. That's a collection, right? And I think there is a difference between overconsuming and collecting things. But I feel like a lot of people don't know the difference. So I want to talk about that today. Hence the title of this video. But yeah, I have always been a collecting kind of girl. I think I got it from my mom, because my mom, I don't want to say she was a hoarder, but she liked to have things, like a lot of things. So I think I got that from my mom. I love collecting things. I especially like little trinkets and like little figurines and stuff. I am a K-pop fan. I am also a Sanrio lover. You couldn't tell. I am a Sanrio lover. So I've been in this space for some time, so I've been used to having little trinkets and collecting things, like especially as a K-pop fan. I used to collect photo cards. I don't anymore, because that is an expensive hobby, I will say. But I had to change my SD card, so if the angle is different, I apologize. What was I saying? Yeah, I used to be a K-pop fan, used to collect photo cards, or no, I'm still a K-pop fan, hold on. But I used to collect photo cards. I don't anymore because it is a very expensive hobby. But with like that, like I was collecting photo cards, and I was in that for like over the course of like probably like 4 years. And that to me is not I'm not like over consuming. I'm not just buying photo cards to buy photo cards. I'm collecting photo cards because, one, it speaks to me as a fan of these K-pop groups, and two, like I'm not buying everything all at one time. It's like over a course of 4 years, you know. So I don't know, and I still have them. Like they're still with me. I just kind of stopped collecting. I want to know my favorite K-pop groups, or whatever you can just ask me. If it had been that she bought that glasses case without any sort of glasses, like she didn't have any sunglasses with her, and then because she bought the glasses case, she then goes to Amazon or wherever and orders 500 glasses on the spot just to fill her glasses case, that would be overconsumption to me, right? But she didn't do that, right? Like she said in the video, she had been collecting sunglasses for 10 years, a whole decade. It reminds me of, was it Ashley Tisdale? She was showing off her house or whatever, and she was showing off her library, and she said that she specifically went out and bought a whole bunch of books just to fill her library up. They weren't books that she loved, that she read, or that spoke to her, or that she felt like she would like to read. It was literally, she just bought books just to fill her. That is overconsumption. She bought books just to fill her library, rather than if, let's say, I, for example, maybe in the, some near future, manifesting. Let's say I was showing off my house and I had a really nice, really big, grand library, but I said, all these books are books that I've loved and read over the course of 10, 15 years. That is a collection of books. That is a collection of things that speak to me and who I am as a person and what I love and, who the fuck I am, right? Rather than just buying books just to buy books, just for an aesthetic, just for a look, just for whatever, just for social media, that would be overconsumption. But when you're buying things because they speak to you, because it's part of who you are, it's what you like to do, I feel like that's different, personally. Yeah. So, that's why I was so confused when I was seeing the comments, because I was just like I feel like we all have a vision in our heads when we think about the word overconsumption or overconsuming. You think about those certain TikTok accounts that are usually faceless, I've realized, and it's very aesthetic, very pretty, very pleasing to the eye, but you can see in those videos, a lot of them show products that you don't really need. You don't need these products to get by. You don't need these things to, do anything, right? I'm thinking of those, restock videos or those, reset videos, certain, not all of them obviously, but certain ones where it's you don't need all that. You don't need all that. You can tell it's just for social media, right? I don't know, I feel like personally I can tell the difference when someone has a lot of things because they like collecting those things, rather than they just did it for the look, for the aesthetic, for social media. Honestly, that this also kind of ties into the whole conversation about bag charms and trinkets and stuff, because people putting charms and trinkets on their bag has always been a thing. This has always been a thing for many, many, many years, and will continue to be a thing for many years to come, right? And I think for me, as a K-pop fan, again, as a K-pop fan, I've always seen people put charms and trinkets on their bag, because that's what a lot of K-pop fans would do. You would put a photo card holder and some of the little trinkets on your bag with your fave in the holder. It's always been a thing. So when it was gaining more traction, becoming trendy on I was seeing on TikTok and stuff, I was like, oh, okay, cool. More people are on this. But then I started seeing conversations online about people saying people were basically because having bag charms and stuff like that on your bag became trendy, people were now going on Amazon, going on whatever kind of website, and just buying pre-made charms that not necessarily spoke to them as a person, but just because they were trending. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a cherry bag charm on someone's bag, and this is not me knocking on anybody who has bought these charms. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that in that example, you can see a difference of let's say you see someone with a really pretty bag and they have a cherry charm and a scarf tied around it and maybe a little boo-boo, right? And it's I would question if this is authentic to the person who's carrying the bag, or if it's just, oh, all these things are trending, so they're on my bag. I hope I don't sound like I'm judging people who do this. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to talk about the conversation I've heard about this topic, Whereas let me see if I have a bag. Okay, let me show you. I have this bag right here. I don't put on a lot of charms like I used to when I was younger, a year ago. I don't put on a lot of charms like I used to before, but in this one I have this little pink, y'all cannot see this, it's too far away, but I have this little pink Batman He's like Lego Batman. He has wings. He's a little fairy. And I have this on my charm. Or I have this charm on my bag because, one, I love pink. If you couldn't tell, I love pink. So that's one thing you can get from this charm that's about me. Two, I actually do like Legos. I used to play with them a lot when I was younger with my brothers. So yeah, I love Legos. And then also, this is also a matching one because my friend, she has like the same one, so we both have this on our bags, and it's like a little matching charm. So that like, and that's just an example I'm giving of how like bag charms typically are on, or at least were on people's bags as a way to kind of portray little tidbits about themselves on their bag, you know. And now it's kind of lost in this trendy kind of vibe of just putting like trendy pieces on your bag, if that makes sense. Like, for example, I just remembered seeing, this is like probably like a year or like a year and a half ago. I don't even know if I can find this TikTok, but I remember seeing a TikTok with this girl, and she had bought a new bag, but she wanted it to look lived in, or more like, I don't know the word she used to describe it, but basically the entire TikTok was her like throwing her bag on the floor, like roughing it up, you know, like scuffing it up, stuff like that, for it to look more like lived in, more like worn. And that confused me because I was just like, just wear the bag. Like, the more you wear the bag, the more worn it'll look like, and it'll be more worn in. And it confused me because I was like, why are we purposefully throwing our bag on the ground and cutting it up and scuffing it up and doing all these things when you could just wear it normally and it'll work the same, you know? Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm tired of talking. My next one of these, I'm going to plan this better, because I just be talking and then I forget what I came here to talk about. But basically what I'm saying is that, and like, altogether, there's a difference between over-consuming things, buying things you don't need just for the aesthetic, just for social media, just for whatever, versus, you know, collecting things, buying things that speak to you, that kind of show who you are as a person, and things like that. So yeah, there's a difference, and I feel like a lot of people don't know that difference, and I feel like it would be great if we could all know that difference, especially on TikTok. Because I feel like people on TikTok just be like regurgitating words that they hear and don't know what the heck they're talking about, and that in itself is very frustrating. But yeah, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this little talk we had. It probably doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. I don't know. I just pressed record on this camera with no true goal in mind as for what I wanted to get out of this conversation. I just wanted to talk. So, you know, sue me. I don't know. Anyways, yes, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week.